So, yeah, I don't know what got recorded in the last live stream that I did, but I'm just going to sum it up. So, organic food. Organic food gets you thinking, right? Like the literal soil crisis that we have at this moment in time. The amount of people that exist on this planet who are depleted, nutritionally depleted, and in a state of struggle and strife and dis-ease. How far have we really come as human beings? Okay. When we're so dysregulated, when we've lost the literal knowing of how to farm, the skill, the actual skill. So this no-till farm that I just bought these organic vegetables from, that literally were so nutritious, it knocked me out for 3 hours, like passed out asleep as my body replenished itself. Wild, absolutely unreal. And I'm just sitting here this morning thinking and reflecting on this and just feeling like I need to think about it more, because I'm a divine being, as is every single soul that lives on this earth plane. And, I truly feel that every single being should feel their fullest expression of self. And I think a massive part of that is biological. And it has a lot to do, like, being your best version of yourself, thriving, living out your life's true purpose. There is a lot of spiritual mentality out there that wants to say, oh, you can transcend the biological, and like breatharianism, right? People who are like, oh, you don't even need to eat. Okay. Okay. Like, when was the last time you had fruits and vegetables from a no-till Japanese organic farm like I did yesterday? I would love to ask a breatharian that. But it's interesting because everyone's on a different journey in this life. There's no doubt about it. Some people are managing to do that. I don't personally know any breatharians at this time. But what I do know is how literally depleted I felt until I bought fruits and vegetables, mainly just vegetables, from that Japanese organic no-till farm near me. And I think it's crazy that somehow I lived near this farm for 2 years. I don't know how many times I Googled on my maps, organic farm, organic farm. Like, I tried to find every excuse me, every place near me. And I never found it. I never found it. Somehow, 10 minutes down the road from me was all the amazing food, and I never found it. Like, anyways, I found it now, but I'm just saying, what is that? You know? It just, my mind. So, yeah, in my previous live stream, and I don't know if any of that audio got recorded, but I woke up this morning reflecting on where we are in history, in in her story, in society. Where are we as humanity, human beings, currently in our story? Because if you've been following me, you know that we just had to sell my grandparents' 22-acre farm, and that farm was a historical site. It was owned by the first freed woman slave, I think, in Connecticut or maybe in the United States. I don't know, but I think she bought that house after being freed from clear and obvious oppression, um, in the late 1800s, I want to say, early 1900s, maybe. I don't know. But the point that I'm getting at is she was a literal slave. Such a massive level of oppression, right? But somehow she managed to purchase 22 acres of freedom and peace after that. And yet, here I am in 2026, and I feel like that dream is not as easy to achieve as it was for that woman then. So I think while we like to say, oh, we've made so many advancements in freedom, and look at us, we're such a civilized, global society, humanity. Are we? Are we really? Because I feel like we have so much and also we have so little. Like, who's to say, I'd love to talk to that woman. I'd love to go back in time and talk to that woman who was able to purchase 24 acres to live on after being so deeply enslaved and oppressed. And I don't know her story. I mean, maybe she didn't have it that bad, who knows? I know that some slaves were treated really well, right? Regardless, she was still a slave, and she was able to purchase 22 acres afterwards to sort out her trauma, to find peace, to live in her own reality, you know? And I can tell you, having grown up on a farm, having grown up in nature, having grown up on that particular farm, where that woman set that energy for strong, independent woman empowerment. She bought that property, not her husband. She did. And energetically, spiritually, I think that's why I so deeply connected to that property. Not just because I have 40 years of memories there, but because some woman did something really powerful there. set some really powerful roots there. And of course, like many women in history who did something great, like being the first freed slave to buy a home and like a lot of acreage. No one cares. They just want to like tear it down now, you know, and like put up something nicer. And that's okay. You know, that's not his story, a woman, right? Necessarily. Like, because woman's her story, woman's his story is far more subtle than men. It's like women historically haven't had time to make history. Women have a much more internal experience than men. Oftentimes, the challenge of raising children and constantly being outside of yourself, constantly giving to these beings who need you, right? It doesn't really give much time. You know, if a woman is really going to be what a woman should be, healthy, capable of bearing children, caring the way that she should, who has time to make history, you know? And why bother? Like labor, childbirth, all these things, that's real. And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of energy. And I thought I knew what struggle was until I experienced labor with no medication and childbirth. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. And it's so funny because that was my trip, that was my journey. Like, I went to India, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, how do I start a family? How do I find the right person to do that? How do I empower myself to do that in this crazy world that wants to make me stuck in my head, this crazy westernized mentality that wants to colonize. It wants to dominate. It wants to be narcissistic. It wants to make powerful people and powerful souls shiver in their own bodily boots. Does that make sense? Shiver with, like, they like to say, oh, I'm shivering in my boots. But these narcissistic types, these louches, these leeches, whatever they are, they've done a good job at trying to secure their powerful place in humanity by disempowering some of the most powerful souls currently existing. Yeah. And I want to give a hallelujah and a shout out to those spiritual and powerful beings, the organic farmers, the spiritual leaders, the gurus, the meditators, the yogis, all the people who have been trying to hold space for the truly powerful people that have been so triangulated, so gaslit. I do believe that some of the most powerful people on the planet right now are the weakest. And I do feel that I haven't just been following astrological trends deeply and closely for over a decade now for my own bored, womanly entertainment. There's something to the astrology that we're living in right now, the astrological times that we're living in now, that are not just the astrological times, the times in human civilization. Ralph Smart just posted a video, something about how we are leaving a 26,000 year cycle, right? And entering a new one. I've even heard certain people say that the Kali Yuga is actually over. I think this is all wonderful to ponder and think about, but we can't forget that we also live in a very tangible, biological world. We live in these carbon bodies, right? And we have to honor that too, on some level. I think some people do believe that they've spiritually transcended and they can be breatharian, and I'm not there. I don't get it. I don't understand autonomy, breatharianism. I don't even know if it's real at this point, but I do know that even the most basic things told to me at the beginning of my spiritual journey that I so clearly understand now. You know, like oh, don't eat garbage food. It'll make you feel bad. It'll attract bad things into your life. Oh, I just couldn't even comprehend that. Oh, think positive thoughts. It'll help you manifest better things in your life. Oh, I just couldn't comprehend that at one time. I thought that I had to be dark and that life had to be a struggle, and I was not enlightened in the sense that like I couldn't even, "Well, what is that? What is happiness? Oh, I don't have to watch horror movies and feel like crap? Huh. Oh, wow. What a realization. I thought I just kind of had to watch these horrible Hollywood movies and things because that's just what I do. I'm human. I'm American, right? Don't I also have to suffer and have a darkened mind just like everyone else? No. No, you can choose whatever dream you want. You can live a life like these Japanese organic farmers, where like the moment you set foot on their land, you know they're in a different reality. You can feel the grounded energy of the space and the people who live there who ground that in because they don't even shop at the grocery store. They don't participate in 90% of the nonsense narratives that are out there, messing up people's minds, messing up their hearts, messing up their bodies, creating mental dis-ease, physical dis-ease. And when you set foot on their land, you can feel it. It's palpable, it's tangible, it's real. And it's not just one thing or the other, or just not just one thing. It's one thing or another and another. It's the no-till farming. It's I don't know, maybe some Japanese heritage in their spirituality. It's how healthy and grounded and stable those two people are because they're eating food that's actually nutritious because they're letting worms do the tilling for them and they're not disrupting the fungi in the soil. They're not disrupting the biological process that Mother Nature intended. Mother Nature. And so this is what I know about no-till farming, just after eating their food and just briefly reading their website. And you can check it out if you want to too. It's Asawaga Organic Farms in East Putnam, ASSAWAGA. Aswag. I've been joking. Aswag Farms, Asawaga. Um, so yeah, Mother Nature apparently is the best tiller. Who would have guessed, right? That Mother Nature would have created the best process for tilling the soil with worms. Who would have thought that Mother Nature did it right? Oh, I thought human beings. I thought I thought everything man made or human made was the way, right? The way forward. I mean, what is this mentality? What is this? Like, oh my God. What have we lost in trying to gain through innovations? Like, and it blows my mind that I want to step out of this matrix fully. This reality where I literally lived 10 minutes away from this organic farm for 2 years. And I Googled countless times in my area organic farm, organic food, organic, and it just never got through to me. I didn't see it, or it wasn't there, or it wasn't appearing in my search. And so many times I drove by because I was sucked into whatever this matrix is in this area. Drove past their sign so many times, saw it, Osawaga, Osawaga, Osawaga. But their sign didn't stand out. Underneath it says organic farming, but it wasn't like in my face. And I was just like, you know, someone's always riding my butt when I'm driving down the street and like pushing me, pushing me, pushing me, rush, 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 rush. Don't you want to be in the rat race? Don't you want to be sick like us? Drinking coffee, drinking alcohol. On to the next hit, on to the next sugar craving, blah, 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 go, 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 go. Someone's always riding my butt in this area. 90% of the people in this area are like that. And if I have one message for Osawaga, it's like, please, I get it. Your niche little sign is so wonderful, but like I couldn't see it. The reality is they're the only organic farm that I know of right now. There could be others, but they're the only organic farm who's doing the no-till thing, certified organic in this area, or for I don't even know how far, how long. I went to the farmer's market in Putnam. There was only one farmer there who was organic. He wasn't even certified. All the others are spraying pesticides on their food, chemicals. Full stop. Ultra Ultra Dude says, "Yeah, coffee's good for you, but here's the thing, it's a caveat. It comes with a catch. It's not a superfood. It dries you out and caffeine takes away from your bone density. So there are certain things out there, superfoods that will not harm you. They'll only give to you. And those are the foods that I like to focus on and the things that I like to focus on. You know, like no coffee that I've ever had has made me think this clearly. And to be real with you, my early YouTube success, I was not a coffee drinker. I did not get to that level of having that having that amount of energy. I'm talking so much truth, I'm losing my voice here. I did not get to that level of having so much energy to create that, to be the first YouTuber to do that by drinking coffee. No, I like chocolate. I was a chocolate person, right? Um, so yeah, back onto that organic farming, because, you know, really to me, this is what's so important. There's so much to ponder and think about, but I think at the end of the day, what I just want to come down to is Mother Nature did it right. Oh yeah, and so I was just missing that organic farm, not getting there, and driving 30 minutes to Whole Foods. 40 minutes to Whole Foods, keeping the rat race going. right? Continuing to empower Jeff Bezos and his agenda, knowing that Whole Foods funds not such, it's not the greatest. Let's put it that way. WARS, a lot of that money, that's what it's going to. And I think it blows my mind how, knowing what I know, I'm still getting sucked into this matrix. I'm still somehow able to live 10 minutes away from the most amazing organic no-till produce, and it's Japanese to boot. Oh my God. I had shishu leaf for the first time, living 10 minutes away from that for 2 years, yet somehow letting myself be pressured by 90% of these narcissistic rat racers who want to ride my butt right back into the matrix every day. Every time I look in my rearview mirror, there's another one. Mind you, they want me to go 15 miles per hour over the speed limit, sometimes 20, and they're still riding my butt. And they pushed me energetically right back into the fastest matrix. I mean, seriously. But being the powerful soul that I am, I can live in a place like this and come right back around to what's important to me every time. And it takes time, and I'm gaining wisdom, but I will always be strong enough to be a lone wolf in that sense. I will never need a spiritual or organic community. I will always find my own way, and in that sense, I'll be strong. I'll never fall prey to cult-like community dynamics or spiritual dynamics, because I always followed my heart, tried to know myself, and I try not to chase happiness, you know? I just hope that at the age of 40 now, I'm becoming slightly wiser and hopefully more grounded in myself, so I won't keep ending up in these situations where I'm living 10 minutes from exactly what I need, yet I'm allowing people to push me. And here's the thing, in this area, they call it the quiet corner. It is not. I've never been pushed so hard by narcissistic rat racers in my life. It's almost like they're sick and they're proud. They're angry and they're proud. And anyone who's on a healing path, wanting to help, wanting to bring light into their lives, they're so energetically dense. They view me as an enemy to the darkness that they want to keep, an enemy because they are the literal flying monk. They're a dying species of humanity, quite literally, because they're sick. They're the flying monkeys. They're the bread and butter of Jeff Bezos, is what they are. They're the last people on Earth who are going to keep the Jeff Bezoses and the pharmaceutical companies and the government programs in business. because they don't know that they can do better. And there's some program out there that's still running that they're subscribing to, like, I'm sick and I'm American. I'm sick. I'm American and sick. I don't need your healing journey. We're all gonna scapegoat you, healer, but guess what? 2 years in this area and I'm bringing the light. Just like the people 10 minutes down the road from me who have their amazing organic farm, who are bringing the light to so many. So I'm happy that I survived this area and I finally found my peace, and I feel happy now that I'm genuinely bringing that peace to these people. They pushed me hard for 2 years. They roped me into their speedy rat race, whether I liked it or not. That blows my mind. That they could throw me off balance and throw me off center. But I have all the more compassion to the poor people in this area for just making me stronger and even more committed. And every time they tried to push me in the wrong direction, I tried to make 10 steps more in the right direction. Let's look at some of the, because I am live, I've got to acknowledge that I'm not just here by myself. Civil Unrested said, "You sure are a throwback to another time." What a YouTube name you have. Thank you for that. Civil Unrested says, green tea is great and helps when I have a cold. Yeah, green tea is pretty good. It really is pretty good. Everyone's at a different place in their healing journey. My cousin's grandmother had some disease, and they told her she was going to die, basically. And she, I think, put another 5 or 10 years on her life by drinking green tea every day. Unicorn of the Moon says, "Good morning. You're an amazing woman. Don't ever forget it." Ultra Dude says, "Sounds intense." It was intense. It still is intense. But what's more intense than these flying monkeys who are hardcore programmed on every level with their pharmaceuticals, with their Hollywood movies and TV shows, with their novels, whatever, their newspapers, like, what's more intense than those flying monkeys and Jeff Bezos is your ability to claim your sovereignty, to claim your peace, to claim your right to health and wealth, and to realize your power in this reality and to claim it. 100% claim it. Like, I mean, really, like, to get right with God and to be like, I'm a powerful being and I acknowledge my right to this existence and to basic sustenance, or even just I'm a powerful human being and I acknowledge my divine existence. And that is something to be said, even more so than the biological aspect of living. Yes, indeed. Like, we need healthy organic foods, okay? But there is something to be said and looked at around this whole spiritual thing of, like, there are people who have transcended the physical. And I think on some level, if we can do that in a healthy way, transcend the physical, maybe have a day or a moment of enlightenment where we transcend the physical, and become one with God and acknowledge our divinity. That's powerful, and it puts us above any silly program or programming or victim mentality. And that's where we need to be and where we need to exist, because there's this realm of existence in this matrix that always wants to bring you back down and wants to make you a victim, or, you know, but we don't have to do that. We can be free, truly. So, wow, what a live stream today this has been. Like, I literally thought I was just going to get on here for 2 minutes and make a quick point, but it's been so much more than that. Wow. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to start my day now. I just woke up and I wanted to get on here. I haven't done anything else yet. So, I'm going to start my day, but I hope that this has been a beautiful and powerful live stream for you today, and sets your day off on the right foot. I think it will for me. This is definitely going to set my day off on the right foot. And now I'm going to go get it started. So I will catch you all later. Thank you for joining me for this peaceful live, and may peace be with all of you. Like I used to say in church, now I can just say it to you all. May peace be with all of you, and also with me.